Beginner 1. We're going to start on our hands on our knees, with the knees underneath the hips and the hands underneath the shoulders, for the cat and the cow stretch. On the inhale, you look up to the ceiling, and on the exhale, you curl in to look at your navel. Inhale, up, exhale, curling in. After about 2-3 rounds, you come back to neutral, tuck your toes underneath, and lift up into a downward facing dog. Keeping your knees bent, focusing on lengthening the spine. Pushing into the hands and away from the hands, so the spine can become nice and long. Good. Then look forward and walk your feet to your hands. Place them about hip-width apart. Hang out there for one exhale. And then on your inhale, lift up for the half lift. On the exhale, you fold back down. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, fold back down. One more time. Inhale, lift. And exhale, fold back down. Now, on the inhale, you're going to come all the way up to standing. Reach your arms up. Look to the thumbs. And exhale, lower the arms. Good. Take a moment there. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, arms down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Stand there for a moment, moving into Surya Namaskara A. On your inhale, reach the arms up and look to the thumbs. On the exhale, fold forward, bend the knees, hands to the floor. On the inhale, the half lift, hands on the shins, and on the exhale, hands down, step back into the plank. Hold that for a moment, then drop your knees to the floor, bend the elbows next to the body, and come down. On your inhale, point your toes, lift up into the cobra, and on the exhale, push into your hands, tuck your toes, come onto your knees, and into the downward facing dog. Keeping the knees bent again to elongate the spine, that's our focus right now. Pushing away from the hands and breathing deeply there. Holding the posture. And one more breath. And then look to the hands and walk your feet to your hands. When you've reached the top of the mat, inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold back over the thighs. On the inhale, reach up, look to the thumbs, and on the exhale, arms back down. Good. The second one. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, folding forward, hands to the floor. Inhale, the half lift. This time, hands stay to the ground. And step back, holding the plank for a moment. Drop the knees, bend the elbows. And on your next inhale, point the toes, lift up. And on the exhale, onto the knees, tuck the toes, and come into a downward facing dog. It's the easy way. Breathe here. The knees might start to straighten a little, but not much yet. We'll get there. Keep the breath flowing. Last one. And then look to the hands again. Walk the feet to the top of the mat. And then on your exhale, fold over the thighs. Inhale, reach back up. Look to the thumbs. And on the exhale, the arms lower to the sides. Last one. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, folding forward. Nose to shins. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step back into the plank, and maybe this time you go down with a straight body without dropping the knees. Now on your next inhale, point the toes again, lift, and on the exhale, into the downward dog again. And this time you're going to work on straightening those knees. But first lengthen the spine, pushing away from the hands, and then straightening the legs. So you're not compromising the posture. Let the breath flow freely. And it's the last one. And then you look to the hands, and maybe this time you can take a big step forward to the top of the mat. Inhale there, and on the exhale, folding over the thighs again. On the inhale, reach back up, and exhale, arms to the sides. Good. Take a moment here. Then step your feet apart a little further, hands on the hips. Take a big breath in. And on your breath out, fold forward with your knees bent, pushing the hips back. And then holding the big toes with the first two fingers and the thumb. On your inhale, do the half lift. And on your exhale, folding over the thighs. The elbows go to the sides. The neck is long. And then you shift your weight. You could just see that. You shift the weight to the front of the feet. Once you're there, if it feels good, you can start to straighten your knees. And then we breathe here about 3, 4, and 5. And on the inhale, the half lift. Exhale, release the hands. And on your inhale, reach back up to standing. And exhale, lower the arms. Excellent. Trikonasana, the triangle pose. Step to your right and bring your feet as wide as about your wrists, arms to the sides. Turn your right foot out, 90 degrees. Push the left hip out and reach all the way to the right, placing your hand on your upper thigh or your shin, wherever you can reach. The left arm goes up and the gaze goes to the left hand. You can even bend your knee a little if that's needed. And then in time, you can see where the hand can go deeper down, maybe even to the ankle. And we breathe there, feeling the strong legs. There's no weight into the right arm. All the strength comes from the legs. Good, the left side. Left foot goes out. Reach all the way to the left, right hip goes out, and place your hand on the shin or the thigh, wherever you can reach. Right arm goes up. Gaze to the right hand. Bend the knee if necessary, or not, and then see if your hand can go further down towards the foot. Breathe here. The breath is flowing and free. And then when you come out, bend your knee a little and reach back up. Next position, turn the right foot out again. Bend your knee over the ankle. Have a quick look and make sure that the knee is over the ankle. Forearm on the thigh. Left arm goes right next to the ear and is in one straight line. So you can see how there's one line from the tips of the fingers of the left hand to the outside of the left foot. We breathe here, holding the posture. And on your inhale, you come back up, turning to the left side. So the right foot goes in, left goes out. Bend the left knee over the ankle, forearm on the thigh. Make sure your knee is over the ankle. Just check it. And then the right arm goes next to the ear, creating one beautiful line from the tips of the fingers to the outside of the right foot. Breathing there, the breath is free. And then take an inhale to come back up, step back to the front of the mat, and take a moment there. Good. Step to the center of the mat for a balancing posture. Left hand goes onto the left hip. Right knee goes up, and you hold the knee with the right hand. You can point your right toes down and just balance here, focusing on a point right in front of you. Standing here, breathing 3, 4, and 5, and then release the leg back down and go to the other side. Right hand onto the right hip. Left knee goes up, holding the left knee with the left hand. Point the toes. Focus on a point in front of you and breathe. 3, 4, and 5. Then release the leg, release the hand from the hip, and walk back to the front of the mat. On your inhale, reach up, and on your exhale, fold back forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step back into the plank, hold it for a moment, and then lower down to the ground with the knees and elbows back. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, into a downward dog. Taking a nice breath in downward dog. Regroup. And we're going to do the warrior. Now look at your hands and lift up onto your toes to step your right foot forward to the front of the mat. The left heel goes down, and you come up, bringing the hands onto the hips. Bend the front knee over the ankle, but feel the back leg strong as well. Now, if this feels stable, you can lift your arms up and breathe there. 3, 4, and 5. Bring your hands back to the hips. Take a breath there. Then the hands go back to the floor. Step back into downward dog. Breathe in here. Now the left side. Come to your tippy toes. Take a big step forward. Left foot to the top of the mat. Right heel down. Coming up, hands on the hips. Knees over the ankle. And if you feel stable enough, bring the arms up alongside the ears. Breathing here. 3, 4, and 5. Hands go back to the hips. Take a moment there, and then hands to the floor, and step back into the downward dog. Breath here. And then look to the front, coming to your tippy toes. Take a big step forward, and then a half lift. And on the exhale, folding over the thighs. On your inhale, coming back up, reach up, and on the exhale, Samastiti, home base. Good. Inhale again, we're going to move down to the ground. On the exhale, folding forward. Inhale, the half lift. Exhale, step back into the plank. And lower down again. You can drop the knees if you like. Inhale into the up position. And exhale into the downward dog position. Right. Now we're going to step to a seated position. So look to the front. Lift the right leg. Bend it in. Gently sit down and follow with the left. Legs straight in front of you, taking a breath there to prepare for the last bits. Tabletop. Hands go about a foot behind you. Bend the knees, place the feet hip-width apart on the ground. Lift the hips, so tucking the tail underneath to lengthen the lower back. The gaze is to the navel. You can see how the top of the body is like a table, nice and flat. Knees over the ankles, strong arms, hands are underneath the shoulders, and the breath was smooth. Now coming back down. Bend the knees a little and fold forward in an easy manner. Just take a breath there. Good. Come back up. Place the feet back onto the mat for boat pose. Hands go underneath the knees. Feet are together. Knees are together. Lean back with a straight spine and let your feet float up knee high. Float like a boat. You keep your hands underneath your knees for stability, but feel how the navel is moving towards the spine. So we're going to do this again. Lean back, lift the feet, and breathe. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Bend the knees, place the feet back onto the ground. Do a nice lift here for the last one. Lean back with a straight spine. Let the feet float up. And this time, see if you can let go of your hands and straightening the arms alongside the legs. Breathe. 3, 4, and 5. Excellent work. Feet back down. Lift up. Now place your feet a little wider apart. Arms in front of you with the palms facing up. And curl yourself vertebrae by vertebrae down to the ground. Use your abdominals. Arms alongside the body. Then bend your knees in and pull the knees into you a few times. Just gently let the bottom lift off the ground. A gentle pull just to release any tension in the lower back. I'm going to do a gentle twist before we take a rest. The knees drop over to the right side. The left arm reaches to the left, and the gaze is being brought to the left. Nice twist of the spine, getting out all the tweaks that are there. Breathe along the spine. Nice inhale, you lengthen the spine, and on the exhale, the knees drop a little further. The hand is resting on the knees to help with that. Good. Bring your head back to center, knees back to center. Pull the knees in one time, and then we'll move to the left side. Knees drop to the left, right arm to the right. Once the knees are dropped, bring the gaze to the right. And breathing here again along the spine. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, dropping the knees. The left hand is resting on the knees. Bring the gaze back to center, knees back to center. Give a gentle pull. Good. And then release. Straightening the legs out up into the sky, arms alongside the body. Then lift the head to look at your navel. And very slowly and gently lower the legs to the floor using your abdominal muscles. Once the feet hit the ground, drop the head and the shoulders back. Place the feet apart, wider than the hips, arms alongside the body to the sides, palms facing up. Take a big breath in and a big breath out, and take rest. Shavasana, the resting pose. Let your body relax completely. When you come out of Shavasana, bend the knees in again, roll over to your right side and make a pillow with your arms. On the side, you take a breath. Before you come back up to your seat, use your left hand to press up, and then you can come into your seat. Take a few moments there if you like to enjoy.